Hey there, friends. Andrew here with mushroomspawnstore.com. And today we're going to give a little demonstration on how to inject your mushroom grow bags with spores or liquid culture. So it's pretty straightforward. You want to gather all the supplies you're going to need. Some people, are real sticklers about rubber gloves. Um, which in some circumstances may be necessary. I think it's a pretty good idea to wear them if you're doing spawn to bulk transfers, but for the injection process, um, I'm not terribly concerned. I don't think you need to wear gloves. We're not handling the needle. We shouldn't be, at least. Um, and we're going to spray the foam pad with alcohol. So everything should be good. No gloves necessary. All right. So you want to gather everything up. We got some 70% ISO. You want to use 70% ISO. It is more effective at sanitizing than 99% ISO. I've got my syringe. Uh, Wherever you get them from, this is just a little liquid culture 5 ml syringe because I'm only injecting one bag for the demo, but this applies to any syringe you have or any size syringe. And then you'll have a needle, which should come with your spore syringe. So first, the prep, I like to put a little spritz of alcohol. You could use a paper towel or something like that also. And that will sit there. Um, the foam pad. All right. So now I've got my syringe. I like to spray just a little bit around the threads where the cap is. So that's going to penetrate and kind of sanitize anything in the threads that could be there. Next, and it doesn't hurt. Like you can, if you're worried about your hands, you can. We're good. So for the needle, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to explain this, um, and how well it'll come across visually, but there's a way to open the needle. If I can get the paper myself. All right, there we go. There's a way to open the needle while effectively keeping it sterile. So I'm going to try and demonstrate this. So when you get the plastic and the paper that you're going to tear to separate and open the package, you're going to do that right before you actually open the package. And then you're going to put your thumb on top of the cap of the needle where it screws into the syringe, and you're going to pull the paper. And you should see now paper is away from the needle, but my thumb is covering the hole. So this is still sterile. And I forgot to mention, you should loosen the cap first because trying to do this one-handed isn't always the easiest, but there we go. Okay, so now that's loose and ready to fall off. What I like to do is get it loose, and then it falls off. We go straight in, and we're good. Clean transfer, no gloves, no flow hood, nothing like that. I've done this literally hundreds of times and never had an issue. So as long as you're careful, you take your time, don't try and rush, you should have no problem. All right, now back to the main task. We're going to spray that again. You do not need to spray the needle with alcohol. It's sterile. It came out of a sterile package. You do not need to heat it. In fact, we recommend against using flame because if you're not very careful, you will melt the foam and plastic injector port, which will destroy the grow bag. So alcohol's better, far superior, and yeah. So now I'm gonna spray this one more time. I like to be safe, safer than sorry. And what we're gonna do is carefully remove the cap from the needle, and we're barely gonna put it in. You only wanna put it in about an inch. If you jam the needle all the way into the bag, you're gonna have issues with grain clogging the needle, and then it's going to be really hard to inject it. So the bag's laying on its back. I like to stand it up just a little bit so that it keeps most of the solution in the grain. And I'm going to inject the full amount. Get it back down. That's fine. Take your cap very carefully as to not poke yourself. Replace the needle. And do the world a favor and dispose of these needles carefully. Um, Either you can buy a Sharps or like a Sharps not dispenser, a Sharps collection container, or you can probably take this to an urgent care or a doctor's office nearby, no questions asked, and they will dispose of them for you. The last thing we want is to have a bunch of needles floating around in the trash stream, poking trash workers or anyone else who knows where these actually end up when we throw them away. So dispose of your needles properly. That's your public service announcement. Thank you very much. All right, now that the bag is injected, you can see there is white. That's all the liquid sitting back there. Okay. And I like to turn the bag side to side, keeping the liquid injection into the grain as much as possible. And we're done. That's it. That's as simple as it gets. That's all you need to do to inject your bag. And in the future, we're going to continue this little series of tutorial videos on how to use these grow bags. So subscribe to our channel and check out our website, mushroomspawnstore.com. A link will be in the description and a discount code also, ShroomTube, will get you 15% off your order at our website. So thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you next time.